7 signs that your man's masculinity is non-toxic.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Since we talked about the He-Man and how they.
Oh,
ruin
hey,
the
look, guys.
masculinity.
I'm non-toxic.
So, number 1. He carries a tote bag that's at once pro-environment, pro-feminism, and pro-reading.
Nah. Okay, so mine is made of leather. Cow. Dead cow. The nice one. Designer cow. Yeah.
It's got a fucking knitted emblem of a burning book.
Man, what?
That's fucked up. 2. When he goes into a sports bar to use the bathroom, he buys a glass of white wine to be polite.
To who?
Yo, son, where is this real? Did you just type in New Yorker after you found some bullshit?
What sports bars sell white wine?
That's actually a very good observation. I didn't notice that. That's a good point.
Like, dude,
What
I don't go to a sports
bar
bar to buy a
sells
fucking
white wine.
like a cab or anything like that. Like
Hold on. No, but wait. No. We're not moving on from this shit. He's there to use the bathroom. Why does he need the white wine? To be polite for who?
The restaurant or the bar, I mean.
So he's like, oh, I'll pay for a glass of white wine. I'm about to go shit.
Or piss. They didn't clarify. They said bathroom.
Oh, so he's just paying to use the restroom, technically speaking. Is that what they're trying to say?
That's what it seems like.
To
So does
be polite?
does that increase my options of what I can do in this bathroom?
That's what I'm saying. I'm taking the
This is weird,
biggest
man.
shit. I'm talking mudslide.
All right, 3. He openly cries during Pixar movies, even the parts that aren't sad, just beautiful.
This nigga in a pink tank top with khakis and shoes on in his house, watching his TV on a laptop on a small table.
See, I don't mind
Watching
the
a
pink
movie.
tank top if he was wearing like basketball shorts, but
This man got loafers on in the crib and he's watching he's watching it on a laptop on a small
Incredibles.
table.
He's watching Incredibles.
I have no issues with this one, but I don't know if it always applies to Pixar films. Because I'll cry like on shit that I think is beautiful, but that might vary across people and might offend different people. Like the reason I say that is like I'll bring up The Last Samurai. When those two
that's a
fucking dudes
movie.
kill each other at the
That's a
end,
movie.
I cry like a baby every time.
That's
dude.
a movie.
When they're
That's a
fucking like
It's a
movie.
movie.
yeah, like when they're just like, I'll never talk to you again, and he's fucking like, there's just so much fucking like intensity in that moment, knowing that he wants to die the way he lived, and you're just like, fuck. Like I just find it so beautiful. Like it brings me to tears. I'm like the fucking Japanese guys that are shooting at them that just fucking stop shooting, put their shit down, and start crying, man.
But
just-
that part's sad
Did
though.
you just
It
get
specifies
emotional?
here, even the parts that aren't sad, just beautiful. Like I guess I agree with you. Like I've watched movies and not freaking cry. Like, you can ask John. Man, what was it episode of Carbon Fiber, bro? Man,
This
spoiler
nigga cried
alert.
the same part every time, bro. Every time.
This is one part that
It's
just hits
wild, son.
Core, man.
It's
Bro, this man's been
wild.
tortured, bro. First VR torture, and what gets him out of it was he rips his heart out for the woman he loves. That keeps him going. That's is that dramatic,
That nigga a goofball. That's what he is.
bro? That was intense, bro. That was intense. But I understand crying for movies. I guess for me, it's just even the parts that aren't sad, just beautiful. Because that part's also sad. Like, what do they mean by just beautiful? Is it like you see a beautiful scenery and that scenery in the particular shot of the movie made you just like, I don't know. They seem like they're
when the couple
dramatizing it.
decides to stay together and
Yeah,
'Cause
I
the
mean, I
things-
guess if you see drama,
Because if I had to specify the feeling you feel in that moment with The Last Samurai, and then what I would equate to Carbon Fiber in that episode, I think it was 4. Spoiler alert again. Sorry, guys. You should check out Carbon Fiber if you haven't seen it, by the way, on Netflix. Is there intense moments? They bring about an intense feeling. And I guess if you immerse yourself in that, like, you're going to feel that.
yeah. I also think there's a lot of spin to put on this, man. Like, for me, I find glory to be beautiful, and maybe that's fucking toxic, but like I just enjoy it. Like when I watch Troy and he's just like, go out there, take it, it's yours. I'm just like, fuck yeah, let's go. Like, and sometimes like you see that scene, you're just like, damn, like it's kind of beautiful, man. Like shit like that, like just stories of epicness, like they really hit home, you know?
I guess you could describe it as beauty. I don't know if I would use the word beauty to describe it.
last movie, I got teary-eyed at along with the gods.
Yep, I remember that one.
That was a good one.
Is that Korean? Or is that
Korean? Correct. That was a good one.
That was a good one,
He
man.
went through
That one hit hard
purgatory to
too.
prove he was innocent, and then he was a good dude. But then he realized, even being a good dude, how many, like, you know what I'm saying? You may not be as good as you think you are. You may still be affecting people.
Yeah, y'all should also check that movie out, Along with the Gods.
Yeah,
That
movie
one,
was
that one's
that
good.
movie was a good movie. But
I've never seen it.
yeah, but and the action is pretty dope. He openly cries during Pixar movies. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Can I speak?
Yeah, yeah.
A female wrote this. A female wrote this. Or somebody who identifies as one. Can we continue?
John's gonna get in trouble. 4. He opens a door for women at work, but they're metaphorical doors, like the ones that lead to promotions.
I mean, you should open. If you're a boss, you should open doors for everybody at your job. And you know, if you see a woman that is that's working hard, she deserves the door to. But I open doors for everybody, man, woman. Who, if you're behind me, I'm opening the door and
See,
keeping
this
it open.
Maybe this is wrong. Maybe this is why this is confirmed in my opinion. Let me just see if we could. I think it says who wrote it. Karen Chi and Jason Katzenstein.
Click this man. I want to see his profile picture. Right click it though. New tab his ass.
They
Or just
don't
Google
have.
his-
Did he
type
just do
that
the
name.
artwork? Is he the cartoonist?
Let's find out. First, let me go back here.
She was
and
like,
pull up
really?
another
I just
tab.
need a man to co-sign all this bullshit I'm finna put. Just say yes. Images. See his profile. Click this.
Yeah, I guess he's just the cartoonist.
Yeah.
So he's the one who probably just did the cartoon design, and she was obviously the one who wrote it, because this does seem like the same exact
The style.
exactly style. Thank you, sir. No, that's not it right here. Yep, that looks like the same style to me. So he looks like he's the cartoonist, and she wrote it. And the reason why I say that now, like, this makes sense to me, because part of being in a job is being competitive. So if you feel like, I don't know, like, what do you want? I don't know. That's one thing I didn't like when I was in corporate. I don't know if you feel this, Doc, but there is a competitive side. Maybe because I was heading down the sales route, actually. And I guess it just depends. Like, I feel like this was a complaint about competing against men, and sometimes men are cutthroat.
Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. You get older and you realize everybody's cutthroat. Everybody's cutthroat if given the opportunity. So I guess this is more of a balancing of opportunity. But I just
'Cause that's what
when
this
you say you
complaint
open
about. This
doors
complaint about
for women at work,
opportunities.
my problem is that the actual solution, the actual way to word that would be get rid of a toxic work environment. If you're a male boss, get rid of the toxic work environment or whatever. So that way all the natural things, because the plea is for equality. Correct. The plea is to be treated on par with their male employees. So if the environment is healthy and the competition is healthy, not toxic, then whoever's supposed to win is supposed to win. To say just to open the doors for, metaphorically for women would imply at that specific job that the only reason they don't have any growth or any progress is because they're being held back because they are a woman. And so the actual solution wouldn't just be to open the door for one woman. The actual solution would be to get rid of the environment where you would have to open a door for a woman. And so that's why I it's really short-sighted in my opinion.
I just think it's a weird way to describe masculinity. Is all. Like, so far, this has been a weird way to describe masculinity.
Yeah, it's like suppressing women, and I mean,
This one's funny to me.
I
5.
guess to some people, like, you can suppress, but for the most part, I very much agree with it. Where it's just like, yeah, dude, just open it for everyone. Like, you have no idea. For me, being in corporate, like, I stress out when I think about the competition and stuff like that, and thinking about cutthroats. Honestly, the inspiration I have for living in capitalist society and in a corporation is Goku, where it's just like, I'm just gonna go in there, I'm gonna compete, I'm gonna do the best I can and try to unlock every fucking level I can, and I'm gonna hold on to my integrity the entire time. If somebody gets mad because of how good I am, then come at me and I'll like challenge me. And if somebody somebody wants to be next to me because of how good I am, or like me just doing my thing, well then yeah, like I'm gonna hang out with them and I'm gonna try to bring the best out of them. It doesn't matter if they're men or women. Like just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
He laughs calmly when called a cuck. He laughs loudly when women are funny. He does not laugh when men are not.
I don't get
I
that one.
said basically don't laugh at men's jokes. Now I won't be a dick. He doesn't laugh at, basically they're saying any jokes that are sexist or borderline or, you know what I'm saying, raunchy, he shouldn't laugh at with men. And he should laugh loudly when women are funny to give them the credit, you know. 'Cause, oh, this is, ha ha, that's a funny girl right there. Funny lady right here beside me telling these jokes. That's what they mean. And he laughs, he chuckles when called a cuck.
Literally, obviously,
That's exactly what a cuck would do.
I'm curious if she's just an opinion person. Obviously, I would assume this has to be an opinion person because it seems like it's just coming from the perspective of what a writer/reader would assume what a masculine man in her eyes would be.
She did such little.
Exactly. That's why number 6 revealed it to me. 6. Make sure references to Kurt Vonnegut because he's generally interested to hear other people's opinions on Vonnegut's work. He never makes references to David Foster Wallace. This seems more like an advertisement because she's trying to find a date.
Yeah, I was like, did you go on a bad date where the guy just kept talking about Kurt Vonnegut?
Nor David Wallace. She wants him to make references about Kurt Vonnegut.
Right. Yeah. I actually don't know who David Foster Wallace is.
Hey guys, I watched a movie yesterday called The Woman in the Window. And so it actually relates, okay? So bear with me. Let's read the 7. He strictly follows all traffic laws when he plays Grand Theft Auto. Get this bitch out of here. What do you mean? Niggas play Grand Theft Auto to follow the rules? Okay, this is
See?
no,
she's complaining about the men she likes, and the men she likes seems like to me. Okay, help me out here. I don't know if this is probably a stretch, but it seems like she's complaining about the beta male she's dating. Because, like you said, you can't play Grand Theft Auto and not like,
No.
But at the same time, the quality she wants.
Why do you care?
Yeah.
Why do you fucking care what I'm doing when I'm playing? Really? You that nosy? Oh man.
Fair.
You got some shit.
Used to do it, bro.
You got some shit on you. You got some big bags. I'm talking luggage, suitcase, baggage. Why would you care what I'm doing on Grand Theft Auto? She gonna be mad at you if you lie about your height on 2K too. You put 6'5", no, you 6'3".
Or these gamers who do.
I'm weird with Grand Theft Auto. I follow the traffic laws if I'm driving like a slow car. If I'm driving a fast one, I don't give a fuck. If I'm driving a motorcycle, I definitely don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I've never gotten far on Grand Theft Auto because I'm not even gonna lie to you. The first thing I do is I go crazy.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the whole purpose. That's it. Go crazy. So I don't.
Yeah, sometimes I don't even actually play the story. I'm just like driving around shooting shit.
I don't think I've ever played the story on Grand Theft Auto.
Okay, so the movie is called The Woman in the Window, right? So the trailer is like, okay, this lady, she's agoraphobic, can't leave the house, she's scared to leave the house, and so she has all these windows. She stays in Manhattan, and she's able to see all of the neighbors and what their lives are like.
What's it called again?
The Woman in the Window. Boom.
Yo, Rule 7's like 3 rules.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Boom. And so she's watching all the neighbors, right? And so her psychologist, she's a child therapist, but
or child psychologist.
Psychologist. So she's talking to her husband and her kid on the phone or something like that. They're not there, but she's in the house or whatever. So she notices the neighbors move in. The wife of the neighbor comes over. She
witnesses something. I think I saw the trailer.
Yeah, she witnesses something happen, and she believes the girl to be murdered.
I think right here, a murder. There
you go. Yeah, she believes the girl to be murdered. So she calls the cops. The cops say, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" Then the husband and the lady that she thinks is murdered pop up, but the lady that she thinks is murdered looks different now. It looks like a different lady. So she's like, "You're not who you say you are. You're not who you say you are. I know what I saw. I know what I saw." So the whole thing is, the whole movie you're trying to figure out, is she crazy? Did she see what she saw? Because she is having hallucinations because she's on pills and this, and she's drinking with her medicine.
So how does this relate?
And so, watch. So turns out, plot twist, I don't want to just ruin anything. Turns out,
Spoiler alert.
Turns out the murderer is the son. The son and the woman that came over was his actual birth mother, and she gave him up. And so she's been following them, the family, around. And so the son actually killed his birth mom and pretended to be out of state, but was staying in the lady's house who was agoraphobic because she would pass out off the pills and stuff. And so he'd been in her house for like a week and basically committing murders and making her think she was crazy. Then we find out, right?
Making her commit murders?
No, he was been committing murders. Then we find out the reason why she's agoraphobic. She was cheating on her husband. First off, her husband, spoiler alert, the husband and kid that she's been talking to the whole time, dead. Turns out she got into a car accident while trying to hide her phone because the person she was cheating on her husband with was calling while it was snowing. And so she tried to get the phone out of his hand. And while doing that, the phone went in the back. She reached for the phone and runs it off a cliff, killing her child and husband. And then at the end of the movie, even though she did witness a murder, she is now justified and feels saved to walk out the house. No longer agoraphobic, now healed by the fact that she knows she's not crazy. Now, my point being, this is a white woman.
Jeez.
And all she needed to witness so she could get rid of the fact that she cheated and murdered her whole family was somebody else did some other bad shit. So you know what? I'm not so bad. I can just live my life like this in this fantasy world. That's the same world this lady lives in. Men like that do not exist. If they do, they're gay. And I just believe that whoever wrote this, I'm sure, not to be racist, not to bring anything into it, I'm pretty sure it's a white woman.
Yeah, I'm sure if you look her up also here. No, wrong way.
Karen. Was her name Karen for real?
Yeah, I think her name was Karen.
Oh, man, chill. We're done. Gee, hold on now. Hold on now. That might have just been free promo for that movie then. Oh, Karen. Oh, no, man. Comedian. Oh, okay.
This might be a different.
Maybe
guy.
it was satire.
No, it's satire. Boom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Boom. Thank you. Boom. Okay.
Well, obviously it had
Fantasy.
a satire tone
Boom.
to it. Yeah, obviously it had a satire tone
Boom.
to it.
Thank you. But no, y'all should go watch that movie. It was pretty cool.
Like, that's why it made sense when we got to it. I feel like it was just her showing her experience and perspective, like what she's experienced in masculinity and what she likes in masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think it's funny. That's why I wanted to bring it up. Like, do you think some of these traits are masculine, and then like in what degree? And that's why Doc, he reacted perfectly. He was like, man, some of these are, some of these aren't. And I agree, some of these are.
I
some of
think
these
all
aren't.
these shits is.
Like, you got a bag, but
Yeah, I
not,
got a tote
but
bag.
not that's pro environment, pro
And
feminism, pro reading.
And guess what's in that tote bag? We toting in that tote bag. God damn it.
That's funny.
Dude,
When
I've
he
actually
goes to-
seen like guys like that though. I remember I used to go downtown to a bar, and one day I saw this dude in like a leather jacket, and he looked like a heavy punk rocker, like hardcore, like, you know, like studs on his like his jean jacket and on the shoulder pads and stuff like that. But on the back there was this giant feminist symbol, and it said "The future is femme," and I was just like, "Damn, you really drank the Kool-Aid, man!" Like,
My problem is that people are using. I guess my point with all the rant was, it takes very little now to justify having such strong opinions, and people are okay with that. And so, like, I don't know, maybe this is satire, or obviously it is. It's like an actual joke and doesn't exist. Maybe this is an actual. Maybe she's actually pointing out
I mean, it's her perspective.
No, I don't think she actually believes this. Then I believe she's pointing out a type of man she wouldn't respect. Almost.
Think so?
Like, to an extent.
If that was Karen Chi, I think this is.
I just don't know what type of comedian she is. If she's a purist comedian,
point.
she'd be,
Fair.
you know what I'm saying? So
I do wonder what, yeah, like how far she's kind of going with it. I don't know if she's like making fun of like extremists or non-extremists, but
non-extremists,
yeah, it's
but it's just like people are using such little information to solidify opinions on things that to me take a little bit more interaction or at least more research or just interest. But it's just like, oh, one thing happened to me like this, so all men are this. One thing happened to me like this, so all girls are this. Like it's just so easy to generalize now. So I just feel, I don't know.
well,
I just feel
I guess like
uneasy
the big
when
argument too is like what parts of masculinity can we save? Because I mean, I think about that guy's thing where it's just like the future is femme, but I don't know like what parts he wants and if masculinity in any way can be saved. You know what I mean? Like, what are truly like honestly, actually, like,
I think
if we
it's
answer her
trying to be
question,
saved.
what are the real positive sides of masculinity?
Well, I mean, I guess we have to have the conversation with her honestly, but positive sides of masculinity, I would try to say, because I mean, these are just like you said, it's humor and satire. She's not really taking these serious. These are jokes. Like, come on, like the positive side of a man wearing a bag. I mean, I guess you could say John. It's one stylish, and two, he's got self defense in there too. It's a way to So it's not something. That's why this is low key. It's tainted by a little bit of obviously ideology, as you said. It's kind of woke. Like I guess that's a positive thing you could say about masculinity. That's not like this. And then with the going, no man's gonna go inside a sports bar and buy a glass of wine. If anything, it should have just said beer, maybe. But the whole thing around it, like no guy's gonna go in there to justify him having used the bathroom. Like masculinity, you're gonna do what you're gonna do.
I'm finna go shit in your toilet. Here you go.
He openly cries during Pixar movies, even the parts that aren't sad, just beautiful. I mean, I feel like most masculine men don't really cry during movies. You and I, Doc, the fact that we cry at movies is not, technically speaking, very masculine. But the thing is, like, it's not that I cry for any little thing that happens in the movie. Like, something has to happen that makes, I guess, for me, emotional sense. Like, for example, a man dying, a man, like a brotherly, like, okay, the examples, Last Samurai. Two, like, brothers in arms, friendship, and he understands his, like, I guess you could say his moral dilemma, and he helps him, like, die with honor. It's a shared burden in a way, because man, like that's hard to carry too.
The part that
Fuck.
The part that men or whatever it is joke about when a guy cries isn't
What they think a
it's
guy
not
cries about.
it's
I
not
feel like.
yeah it's not that the guy crying is the weak part. It's almost like not training, but it's like as a man there are moments where you can't break down regardless. You know what I'm saying? And it may not be in that moment.
Because you're supposed to be the
but
supporter
that whole
and the provider
time,
and all that
exactly.
stuff. The rock.
So in the whole time when you're growing
pillar.
up, if you're around other like boys or you know what I'm saying, developing boys, it's a check and balance to okay, I need to know when I can be vulnerable and I can't. And so it's without even knowing it, we're like, hey man, now's not the time to be vulnerable. It may be toxic at times. It may be misinformed because you may be kids, so you may be using the tools wrongly. But regardless, the tools are the tools. And so when you're able to control that aspect of yourself, regardless of how you learned, you still have that tool, and it's necessary as a man to have that tool because I can't just be breaking down because I'm mad or angry every time. I need to be learning, especially men, that we can physically hurt. Like we get physical, we have to be able to control and check our emotions regardless. So I always found it weird because like you ask for that and then that's the first thing that they talk about if y'all break up though. Oh, he always crying. I want somebody who's not gonna cry. I'm trying to do the crying. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Girls get turned off. Some girls do get turned off when men cry.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just that dilemma, I guess, when it comes to men, I guess, express their emotions. For me, I never really cared. If you're with me and I happen to cry to a movie, I don't care. Like, if it's a sad thing, it makes sense to me why I'm explaining to you why I am. If you think it's weird, hey, it's weird. I don't freaking care. And then number 4, when he opens doors for women at work and how they're metaphorical doors like ones that lead to promotions. I mean, if you're going out of your way to prevent someone from getting a promotion, that's obviously, like, toxic. I don't even think that's a masculine thing. I just think that's a person thing. Like, even women do that too. If you're getting in someone's way in any kind of opportunity, like, that's just a toxic thing to do, whether or not that's feminine or masculine. Like,
wrong.
I just think that's just wrong, period. obviously, like if you're just a good person, like you're just gonna, if you're friends with them, like good, like whatever coworkers, like yeah, you're not gonna prevent them from getting ahead if. But if you're competing, like, and if you feel like you're the better candidate, nothing's wrong with competing either.
At all.
Like, so I don't know. That was, yeah. He laughs calmly when called a cuck. This is where we get more into it. Like, he laughs loudly when the women are funny. I mean, if they're funny, I'm gonna laugh, but I'm not gonna like laugh louder.
I
He
feel
does
like
not
that
laugh.
first sentence should end with like laughs calmly when called a cuck, comma, then sheds a tear or something like that.
Yeah. Does she?
He does not laugh
It has
when
to
men
be a
are
joke
not.
because
Does she? No, the last
She-
one. The
do
last
they
one's
know
what
what
gets
a
me.
cuck-
Do you think what? Okay, go for it.
you know what a cuck is though. That's why like this has to be a joke. Laughs.
Like she's a comedian. I would assume she knows what a cuck is. Is that wrong of me to assume?
I don't know.
That's why I think it's just a joke.
It has to be. Cuck. A cuckold.
Not me.
The only thing I
Not
could
I.
attribute that to is like, have you ever been around a dude that like just makes inappropriate jokes, like just like too inappropriate, and other guys like are like, ha 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 ha, ha, he's my boss, I have to do this. Like that's
Who's calling him the cuck? Is it the woman?
I don't know
The
about
cuck.
that.
Well,
either.
if in the drawing it looks like the first one looks like a woman, I mean, I don't want to assume, but he's got an earring
Mhm.
right there. You can tell that's an earring. It is short hair.
Well, we don't know what gender. We can't
That-
associate gender to any type of attribute anymore.
Yeah. So I don't know. And the next one is him talking to a man.
I said, use a cuck. No, but he's not laughing.
I would have been like, shut
Exactly.
the fuck up, dude.
Yeah. Exactly.
No. But that's
He
the
does not laugh
top
at men
one
or
is
not.
he laughs loudly at women. So they did not illustrate the he laughs calmly. They didn't illustrate the calm laugh.
I'm called a cuck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, no, if you call a cuck, if I'm called a cuck, I'm not laughing. Why you calling me a cuck? And this one's obviously preference.
Well, that's
Kurt
100%.
Vonnegut and David Foster Wallace. Skipping that one.
I don't know who they are, and I ain't
And
Googling.
then now the Grand Theft Auto thing. I mean, when you play Grand Theft Auto, it's a game. Like, I'm gonna enjoy the game. Like, what the heck?
His Sims world is a matriarchy. Man, let me tell you something.
I actually missed that the first time around.
If he's
didn't notice
playing
that.
Sims,
We didn't get to it.
watch out. That's all I'm saying. Watch out. It's a
Yeah,
good
I played Sim when I was little, but
Yeah.
I didn't really play more of it.
I kind of want to.
Why?
Yeah, dude, I agree with that. I've never met a lot of guys that love Sims. The one guy I know that really loves Sims, and maybe my observation is short-sighted, but is extremely gay.
Oh God, thank you. You said it. My
Yeah,
cousin,
like, and he
my
loves
cousin
it,
came
like-
over. My cousin came over from New York one time, and he got in the car. We ain't seen him in like 6 years. He got in the car, boy, neon, everything on.
I think
It was
that's
like
exactly
cool.
what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, you know who we talking about. He was like, okay, cool. So we get to the crib, everything's cool. He's smacking his teeth, swinging his hips. Nothing wrong with anything, right? Still my cousin. I still love him. Cool, right? He pops out his laptop.
You saw Sims.
He's playing Sims, and he's trying to get all of us to play Sims. And in his Sims, there's kids, his baby, this girl's cheating on this guy, this is this, and he's explaining all the stories and all that stuff. I'll just say his name on Facebook, his middle name on Facebook was Burnt Caramel. So he was extremely gay. And to your point, Doc, he played The Sims, and he was like 27.
Yeah, aside from like gay men and
And I love
women,
him.
those are the only
Still.
people I've ever met that play Sims.
That's my boy.
So
Yeah, I did not play Sims. I didn't enjoy Sims. I didn't understand Sims. It wasn't fun.
honestly, man, maybe
like,
this shit makes me double think about like my masculinity. But like honestly, all the drama and stuff, it sounds fucking exhausting. Maybe
Why
that's
would you want that?
toxic masculinity of me just being like, oh, I don't want to fucking deal with that shit.
Toxic femininity.
All right.
That's true too.